Hey, Lamons, how are you? Welcome in. Just getting this shared out on the TikTok side. Hey, Cece, welcome in. Good to see you. Getting close. All right. Hey, Dina, how are you? Ohio Disney girl. Welcome in on the TikTok side as well. Hope all are doing well tonight. Tonight is going to be all about next week for the most part. We've got questions to answer. We'll play a little game. Always got to have some fun, right? And then we're going to talk about some stuff for next week. So excited about it. So we'll give everybody some time to join. We'll get started here in a few minutes. Welcome in. How was everybody's Monday? Did it feel like a Monday, especially after the time change over the weekend? Or did it not really affect you too much? Mess with this thing here. I always like the time zone change in the fall, or not time zone, but the change back to standard time. Because you get that extra hour of sleep in the evening or in that night. And then I always feel like, hey, Karen, I always feel like for a couple of days after, like right now, it's 6:30 my time. I'm like tired. I'm ready to go to bed. So I like that aspect of it. I do like the fact that it gets dark earlier in the wintertime. So you can feel like, if you get ready to go to bed at 7 o'clock at night, so be it. It's dark out already. And I don't feel the same way in the summertime. I like daylight savings. I like the fact that it stays lighter out much later. Karen, how are you doing tonight? 6:30 and so dark. Yes, absolutely. But I have enjoyed going to work in the morning and having a little daylight because lately, well, last week it was cloudy and rainy quite a bit. So it felt like it was dark till 8:30 in the morning. Time change is throwing CC off. Okay, so if you could have your way and have daylight savings go away, would you want us to stay year round on the daylight savings time where it's lighter later, or would you want to stay on daylight on standard time where it's darker earlier? So Karen, if I remember last week when we were on, you would like daylight savings time. So lighter later at night. So Karen, if I remember right, last week when we were talking about next week's event at Disney, and you said, if you could find your way there, that you might surprise us. You were there last week. That's right. You were there while we were doing our live. Did I remember right though that you kind of sort of said if you could find your way, you'd make it there? Or am I making that up? You can't find any rooms. I tell you what. Speaking of that, I saw this posted on, I think it was on Facebook. So I looked last night for just one night stay next Friday night, which is the 14th. For one night stay, it was insane. The least expensive room I could find was like $900 a night. And I want to say that was Saratoga Springs. A one night stay at Coronado for next Friday night by itself was like $1,100. It's insane to me. Cece says, I love it when it gets dark earlier, better way to see Christmas lights. Yes. However, what about in the summertime? Would you like it to be dark at 7:45 or 8 o'clock at night, or do you like having it daylight till say 9 o'clock at night? Hey, Robbie, how are you? Yeah, it's insane. I don't know what's going on. No DVC rooms either. I don't know why it's such a big deal because I looked just for the next night on Saturday night, the 15th, and it was still crazy, but I could at least get like a suite at Art of Animation for $400 or $500 for the night, but not $900 for the lowest price room. That was crazy. Dina says daylight for me. CC says same. Yeah, there are no events, Robbie, other than well, it's not even the first weekend of the Christmas party. That's this weekend. So unless it's people taking the whole week off because Tuesday is Veterans Day next week, that's the only thing I could think of. I don't know why it's such a big push next Friday night. I can't imagine spending $1,100 for a one night stay at Coronado Springs, and I guarantee you that was not in the tower either. Crazy. So anyway, let's see here. Dina is on and Cece is on. You are the two that sent in questions. So we'll chit chat here for another minute or so, and then we'll get going. But Robbie, you're going to be there next Friday night, right? The 14th, Christmas party. What are my dates? Of course you can ask, Karen. I fly out a week from tomorrow. So on Veterans Day, on the 11th, fly out. If flights are on time and there's no issues there, we should land around 4:15 in the afternoon, get our luggage, hop in the Uber, and head to the resort. I'm hoping to be at the resort no later than 6 would be my guess. Unpack, grab some dinner, and just chill out for the evening. And then hit the parks running the next morning. And we fly home the following Tuesday, the 18th. Hey, Jessica, welcome in. Yeah, Robbie. So that first parade, and I'll go through all this here a little bit again, but that first parade, the plan is to meet over by Country Bear Jamboree, that area around 7:45 for that 8:30 parade. So if you're in the area, by all means, come over, say hi, and watch the parade with us. Jessica, I started to read Steve is sick, and my brain stopped right there. I thought, thank God he's sick this week and not next week. But actually what Jessica said was Steve is sick of me already for apparently your abundance of excitement and joy about going to Disney next week. I can't even begin to capture my excitement. I spent half of my day yesterday full on packing. All of my clothes are packed. A lot of the essentials are packed for me. So I'm like locked in. We ran to the store last night to pick up a few things that we didn't have that we needed to pack or needed to take with us. We did that. Lori will probably wait till the end of the week to pack her stuff, which is fine. We'll have at least one big suitcase and one carry-on suitcase. We might have a second carry-on if need be. After seeing the popcorn buckets tonight, I'm going to have to make sure I have plenty of room in suitcases to bring stuff home for sure. Ruby and I are packed all except for shoes. Got it. Yes, I'm forcing him to actually buy the things he needs tomorrow. There you go. Hey, Becca, welcome in. How are you? Good to see you. We're here chit-chatting. There's a group of us that are on TikTok here. And Becca, for your benefit, I'm on my TikTok channel here. I'm on my YouTube over here. So if you see me look back and forth, that's why. And I'm engaging in conversations on both sides. There's a group that are on the TikTok right now and over here on the YouTube that we're all going to Disney World next week and going to get to meet some of the folks for their very first time face-to-face that I've chatted with like this for a year or two. There are a couple of people that are going to be down there that I met last September down there when we did a group get together as well. So pretty excited about that. It's an annual thing now. This is year number 2. So we will plan to do something in 2026 and hopefully expand the audience that wants to come down and hang out and have some fun. Let's see here, Dina. I put up all my Christmas decorations inside yesterday. Packing will start tomorrow. So, Dina, I thought about doing Christmas stuff, but this coming weekend, my youngest son Tanner's coming over from college Saturday. Yeah, Saturday is his birthday. And so we're going to be doing birthday stuff all weekend, and then we leave for a week-long trip. So I may wait till we get back from Disney before I do all of the decorating. Let's see, Rebecca. We've been talking about doing this with Victoria's group too. Yeah, Victoria knows that I'm going to be down there. I shared that on her live yesterday, but I'd love to coordinate something. I think it's a great great opportunity to do something fun. If you hang out here with us for a while, Becca, I'm going to go through the agenda for next week's events, kind of give you a flavor of what we're going to do. And yeah, I'd love to do something with a larger group next year for sure. So, okay, my Cece says my radio station starts Christmas music next week. Mine started Saturday on November 1st. Actually, have it on in the background. You guys probably can't hear it, which is okay. I didn't want it to drown anything out, but I have it playing in the background. I'm big time into Christmas, love Christmas. So I was excited to hear Christmas music on the radio station on Saturday, and it will be playing through Christmas Day. So I'm excited about that. So, all right, let's get into this. So for those that are on the TikTok side, Becca, for instance, that new here, first off, thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. I do these lives every Monday night, except for the next 2 weeks because of travel, but I do them every Monday night. I have a Discord page, and I encourage people to send in questions if they have any that we can talk about on the live. And I share my feedback or answers. And I encourage people to share their feedback on the questions if they have any knowledge, experience, and wherever that question is. So we'll start there. Then I'll go through the agenda for next week's event. And then we'll talk about the news that came out today. And then we'll play a game and wrap it up for the night. So CCU asked the first question. Wait a minute here. Dina says, our local station doesn't play Christmas music until after Thanksgiving. Oh, my goodness. But luckily she is Sirius, so she can listen starting then. Our radio station here, like I said, started on Saturday the 1st. This year, I think it was the first time, I don't remember in the past, on July 25th, Christmas in July, they played Christmas music all day long on that radio station. I loved it. It was amazing. Robbie said the tree looks beautiful in Magic Kingdom as usual. Yeah, I saw they put the tree up today, which is pretty cool. All right. So, Cece, your first question asked, would a Star Wars sweater be great for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party? So this is obviously an opinion question. Doesn't require any travel knowledge or anything like that. So by all means, you guys on both sides, you're welcome to put your feedback into her question. But again, the question, would a Star Wars sweater be great for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party? And for those that don't know, Cece is our resident Star Wars expert. Any question I ask usually has a Star Wars answer flavored from her. So Cece, here are the comments I wrote down. And anybody, please chime in and ask. Cece, Karen asks over here, is it a Christmas Star Wars sweater? So here's my feedback. First off, and I think you know this, but there's really no Star Wars stuff in Magic Kingdom. There's no rides, no shows, no characters that are Star Wars flavored. Just throw that out there. My first reaction when you asked if a Star Wars sweater would be great was not about what's on the sweater, but the fact that it is a sweater. And my brain went immediately to, what's the forecast going to be? What's the temperature going to be? If it's going to be warm that evening, I'd be like, ixnay on the sweater, just because I wouldn't want to wear a sweater if it was going to be warm out. So it had nothing to do with what's on it. But really, here's where my answer went to. And I'll read what Cece said here in just a second. Hey, Jessica. So Karen, I'll give you her answer here in a second. What I wrote was this, Cece. It's your, all capitals, your party. So wear what you want. And what you want to, and I thought this is important. Wear what you want. Hey, Hey, Ronnie. Wear what you want, but wear what you want to be seen in any photos that get taken that evening. Pictures with characters, pictures with those of us that are going to be hanging out at the party together. Anything like that. If you feel good in it and you want to be seen in it and you want pictures of you in it, then lights out, wear away. Okay. Karen, to answer your question, Cece said, yes, it's a Christmas and Darth Vader related sweater. So there's that answer. Over here, Robbie said, sure, whatever's comfortable for you. The epic sweater is a no. Yeah. Don't wear Universal stuff to Disney and vice versa. Absolutely. I love that. That's funny. So yeah, Cece, my thought right away was, for me, again, the weather, what's it going to be like? I want to be comfortable in what I'm wearing for the evening? But then, what do you want to be seen in photos that are taken? And if you're cool with it, then go for it. Karen said that's a yes, yes, yes in all caps. Jessica said I did that one time. So I think the answer from the collective group, CC, is go for it. But again, it's what's in your heart. What are you going to feel good with? And the pictures. I think about that a lot. Okay, so here's CC's second question. And again, this is all Star Wars related. So you guys jump in. Jessica wore a Bride of Frankenstein t-shirt in Animal Kingdom with Tarzan quotes. I love that. That is so awesome. Okay, here's CC's second question. Please jump in with any of your answers. What's an awesome thing to say to Star Wars characters like Mando or Darth Vader? Obviously, this would be at Hollywood Studios over in Galaxy's Edge. Seeing any of the Star Wars characters, what are some cool things to say to them? I'm going to pause. I'm going to take a drink. You guys jump in with your comments and thoughts. So CC, Jessica suggests that you say, "Man, do I love you." It's a Mando. Man, do I love you. Jessica, that's very clever. I like that a lot. Obviously, you want to tell them thank you for taking the time to talk with you, to take pictures with you. I don't think there's anything wrong with letting them know that you're a big Star Wars fan. You're a big fan of theirs. And with, Darth Vader, let him know that he brings out the dark side in you. I think that'd be fun. Man, do I love you. Oh, that's great. Jessica, no. Just out of fairness, I'll share this with you guys. And it pains me to say it, but Jessica suggested you say, "I like a jar jar of pickles." No. Karen's, "I am your father. I'm all for jar jar, but not pickles. Please, no." Oh, man. Jessica. Hey, Ronnie's on the TikTok side. Hi there, Ronnie. How are you? All right. So, Cece, are you good there? You can always ask follow-up questions. Dina, are you still with me? Jessica's, "Luke, I am your farmer," and then hand him a beat. Jessica, is that a common thing for you to walk around amusement parks with a beat in your hand? Oh, man, Jessica. Okay, so Dina is here. Dina, you had two questions. The second one was about lightning lanes. I'll get into that when we talk about our agenda. But your first question, I thought, was a great question. So Dina asked, is it possible to see both the Starlight Parade at the Magic Kingdom and Luminous at Epcot on November 15th? And kind of jumping ahead, but November 15th is our Park Life Party Day at Epcot. So again, Dina's wanting to know, is it possible to see both Starlight at Magic Kingdom and Luminous at Epcot on November 15th? First and foremost, obviously, you'd have to have a park hopper ticket to be able to do that. You can't get into both parks in the same day without. Jessica, no, I would prefer I would certainly prefer you carry anything but pickles. So if it's radish, carrot, that's fine. Okay. So, yeah, obviously, first off, you got to have park hopper ticket to be able to do that. Now, here's just some informational stuff, and then we'll talk about the strategy around how you can accomplish that. And if any of you guys have done this already, Karen, you were just there last week, by all means, chime in. On November 15th, Epcot for resort guests opens at 8:30 in the morning and closes at 9 p.m., and Luminous is at 9 p.m. That's pretty standard. No, Jessica, do not replace gift with a jar of pickles. Magic Kingdom opens at 7:30 a.m. and is open until 11 p.m. on November 15th. So keep that in mind. The Starlight Parade is at 8 p.m. and at 10 p.m. Okay, so that's the factual stuff. Well, the other factual things is this: Starlight Parade starts in Main Street, over by the barbershop. It starts there and it ends in Frontierland. Different than the daytime parade. Starlight Parade is about 11 to maybe 12 minutes in length. Luminous at Epcot is 16 to 17 minutes in length. Okay. So that kind of gives you the lay of the land of time. From my perspective, I would think in order to accomplish seeing both Starlight and Luminous, you would want to go over to Magic Kingdom and watch the 8 p.m. Starlight, be right at the train station, near the exit, either side, to watch it. It's about 11, 12 minutes in length. So around 10, 11 minutes, you're probably going to be able to see the last of the floats coming out. And you could then hightail it out of there. So you're at about 8:10, 8:12 at that point. Now, you have a couple of options from there. You could obviously do the monorail, hop on it, take it to the Ticket and Transportation Center, jump over the other monorail, take it over to Epcot. The monorail takes 30 to 45 minutes. That includes wait time to get from Magic Kingdom to Epcot. So if you play that out, if it's 8:10 and you start walking out of Magic Kingdom, you're probably looking at closer to 8:15 by the time you get up to the monorail station. 8:15, 30 to 45 minutes would put you at 8:45 to 9 o'clock. Okay, so keep that in mind. The other option that I think is probably more reasonable from a time perspective is to order a mini van, MINNIE van, that's through Lyft. Once they arrive, which they will typically arrive 5 to maybe 20 minutes from the time you order it. So you could still be in Magic Kingdom watching the last few minutes of the parade, order that minivan, and then hightail it right out. They pick up in the bus loop area. So you're not having to go over to the TTC for a minivan. The minivan will take 20 to maybe 30 minutes to get over to Epcot. So you could be getting to Epcot closer to 8:45-ish. The big thing to remember is at 9 p.m., they're not going to let you into Epcot if you're not already inside the gates. So from a time perspective, you got to make sure that you get there before 9 o'clock to get in to be able to then see Luminous. If I'm going to pause here. I'm going to see the comments that are over here on the TikTok side. You would have to be at the very beginning of the Starlight Parade and run to Epcot for Luminous. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to catch the ferry and do that. And Jessica's entertaining herself with silly stuff. So I think that's a possibility, Dina, to do it that way. If you go the other way, Luminous is going to start at 9 p.m. It takes 16 to 17 minutes. Even if you watched up to, say, 15-minute mark, you're probably a good 10-minute walk from the World Showcase out to the front of Epcot. You could catch a bus if you wanted, or the monorail back over to Magic Kingdom. I just don't know if you'd make it back in time, because 9 p.m. Luminous starts. It's going to be 9:15-ish. If you walked out of there right then, you'd miss the finale. But 9:15, you'd walk out. It'd probably be close to 9:25 by the time you got to the monorail. Again, it could be up to 45 minutes for the monorail. It would be after 10 o'clock by that point in time. You could still get into the Magic Kingdom because Magic Kingdom is open until 11 p.m. You might try the minivan option at that point. Again, you'd be looking at close to 9:30 when you make it out to the front of Epcot. If you stayed for Luminous, 20, 30 minutes for the minivan. You might get back over to Magic Kingdom really close to the 10 o'clock start of the parade. I suppose at that point, let's say you didn't walk into Magic Kingdom until 10:05, 10:10. You could go through the shops on the left-hand side of Main Street and bank around and walk over by the Aladdin carpets and Jingle Cruise and Pirates of the Caribbean and make your way back to where the parade ends. You might catch it there as well. So that's possible. But in either path, you're going to be within a couple minutes of getting it. Dina says, so wouldn't it be better to catch the later parade then? Yeah. The only thing is, because of the fact that Luminous is 16, 17 minutes in length, and you're probably a 10-minute walk to the monorail from the entrance to the World Showcase, watching that. That's the only reason why I think doing the Magic Kingdom is the way to go, because A, it's only a 10, 11-minute parade, and B, you could be standing right at basically the entrance to Magic Kingdom watching it and walk right out and hop right on a minivan right there. I think that's going to be, of the two options, the better one. If you go the other way, again, you might be able to get in to Magic Kingdom in time and catch the parade. You might have to haul your tail over to Fantasy or Frontierland to where the parade ends and see it. I suppose the upside to that option is the park's open till 11 p.m. So whatever you catch of the parade, you can catch it, and then you might be able to hop on a ride or two before the park closes for the night. So that's always an option as well. I guess the one thing I would say about if you do Starlight first and then get over to Epcot, that in order to catch Luminous, you might have to just right at the entrance of the World Showcase watch it there. I don't know if the whole group of us will be up there watching it at that point in time. I haven't really worked that out in my brain yet. That's still, a week and 5 days away. But I think, yeah, you said the first one sounds better. I think it would work better that way. Disneyac, how are you? I'm sorry, I'm missing. Yeah, Robbie says very tough to do this. It is. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Okay. Cutesy Panda, what is the Luminous show? That's at Epcot in Walt Disney World in Florida. Is a nighttime show over the World Showcase Lagoon in Epcot that has fireworks and music, and I think there's some laser shooting and stuff like that. It's a beautiful show. Some water features as well. It's a beautiful show at Epcot. So, Dina, hopefully that helps. Make sure you're well rested, because you're going to walk super fast in either way you go to try to knock both things out. But I got to be honest with you, if I was in your shoes and that's the only time of the whole trip that you're going to be able to get over to see Starlight Parade, I would do it. And I guess weigh your priorities. What's most important to you? Is it watching Starlight? Is it watching Luminous? Is it watching Luminous with those of us that are there? Prioritize those. And believe me, I'll speak for myself, and I think I would speak for everybody else, that if you said Starlight is your priority, our feelings are not going to be hurt. I would totally understand and totally get that. And if that is your priority, then by all means, go to Magic Kingdom, watch Starlight from right up front, and then try to hightail it over to Epcot and get in before the park closes at 9. Even when Luminous ends at 9:18, 9:17, whatever it is, it's not like they kick all of us out of the park immediately. So you could find your way to us, and we could all slowly make our way through the World Showcase up to the front of the park and visit with one another. But yeah, prioritize what's most important to you, and make sure you get that done. That's, one of my things, and I actually have it written down on my piece of paper here, is the idea of must-dos. And even though I've been to the parks dozens of times, I have my must-dos that I always prioritize over the other things, and we do our best to get to them. So Dean had also asked about lightning lanes, and I'll get to that because that'll cover all of us that are on listening tonight that will be there next week, and we'll talk through that. But here is, and I don't know if Becca's still on, but here is the agenda, and Robbie, if you're still on, the agenda for next week. You're gonna look at my calendar, on Wednesday, which is November 12, Anybody that's in town by that point in time, we are meeting at All Star Movies in the food court to celebrate Ruby's birthday. And Ruby will be turning 8 on that day. And Ruby is Jessica's daughter. And Jessica's over here on the TikTok side. Hey, Scuba, how are you? Good to see you. So yes, Jessica has like 17,000 cupcakes and 50,000 stickers to hand out. I think the numbers are close to that, right, Jessica? I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you're there and want to join us, All-Star Movies, food court at 6 p.m. on November 12th. We'll celebrate Ruby's birthday and have cupcakes and have fun. Yeah, all is very well. Scuba, thank you. We're talking about next week is our Park Life party down in Florida, a group of us getting together. 84 cupcakes. Sorry, Jessica. I thought it was a couple thousand. Okay. On Thursday, November 13th, I gotta look at my dates. November 13th, Thursday. For anybody that's there and interested and wants to meet up with us at 5 p.m., we're going to have dinner at the Polite Pig. You're certainly welcome to hang out and join us. Otherwise, at 7 p.m., we're going to meet outside of the Lego store, and we're going to enjoy the opening night of the Christmas tree stroll at Disney Springs. So would love to have you join. If any of you are on TikTok right now and you're local there, you're absolutely welcome to join us. Again, 5 p.m. dinner at Polite Pig, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. we will do the Christmas tree stroll meeting outside of Lego store. Jessica, I see you posting things in the Discord. It's drawing my attention. I'm getting distracted. And we'll do the Christmas tree stroll and have a great time that evening. So would love it. Top of my screen just popped up. I don't know what you commented there, but anyway. So that is on Thursday, November 13th. Friday, November 14th is our first park day for the Park Life Party. If you're interested and you're going to be up and moving, resort guests, the park is open at 7:30 Friday morning. So I would recommend we meet at Casey's Corner at 7 a.m. and then we'll go rope drop something. And I'm totally open to what the group wants to rope drop. If you have suggestions, if you think you're going to be there that morning and have suggestions, we can talk about them tonight. I'm wide open. If we want to do Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, rope drop that because that's one of the more popular busy rides, we can do that. If you want to rope drop something else, I'm game for that. Jessica, Kaylin will be very upset with me about this time to wake up. At least you guys are East Coasters. I mean, for us Midwestern folks, getting up at say 5 a.m. is 4 a.m. here. So it's super early. But anyway, 7 a.m. at Casey's, we'll rope drop something. I'm game for whatever you guys want to rope drop. And then at 5 p.m., we're going to meet at the Tron sign at the bottom of the walkway to the ride for a group photo. 7:45 p.m. for those that are going to be there for the Christmas party, we will meet over by Country Bear Jamboree to watch the first parade together. And then I think I shared this last week, and I'm going to put it in the group text. And I did send out a group text earlier this evening. If you asked to be on the group text, you should have gotten a text from me. If you didn't get the text, let me know, and I'll make sure that I get you added. But I'll share this in the group text. Renee had shared this last week. She has a reservation booked at Beacon Barrel for 11:50 p.m. on Friday night of the party. If anybody's interested in helping to fill that reservation of 6 people and enjoy Beacon Barrel, you're welcome to do that. Okay, so Dina said, thank you. That helps. I've seen Luminous before, but really wanted to start Starlight. Dina, I'm with you. If I was in your shoes, I would do everything to make it over to Magic Kingdom to watch Starlight. So I totally don't blame you. Ooh, your morning flight leaves at 4:30 a.m. Anthony says he's interested in joining at Beacon Barrel. So Anthony, I will send in the group text a message about Beacon Barrel, and you can just chime in there. Renee's on that group text, so she'll be able to do something there. Yeah, it's insane. You can't find rooms for that 14th. I don't get it. Okay, let me keep going here. November 15th is Saturday. That is our Epcot day. The park opens at 8:30 a.m. for resort guests. I'm recommending that we meet out front of the main entrance at 7:30. They'll probably let us through the gates prior to 8:30, and we'll probably be walking into the park 8:15ish, something like that. I'm going to recommend that we rope drop Guardians and hit that ride right away. And then I would recommend after that, we just go right on over to Test Track. The wait might be decent at that point in time, but hopefully we get onto it before the 9 a.m. rush of the non-resort guests get in there and do that. We're going to meet at Guardians at 11 a.m. for a group photo. And then we'll meet at about 8:15 p.m. for Luminous. Right now, I'm saying somewhere around Japan's Pavilion, which is on the backside of the park. We might modify that as we get a little bit closer. But that is the agenda for the weekend. Ooh. It's a one-room airport that we have to walk the tarmac to the plane, and we had to pre-book a parking. Wow, that's wild. I think I've only been on maybe 2 or 3 different planes where I walked out on the tarmac and walked up the steps. Okay, so Dina, you had asked about if anybody was going to buy lightning lanes and if we wanted to try to coordinate stuff. And so here is what I was thinking. I think it's certainly if anybody wants to buy lightning lane multi-pass or single pass, or if you won the lottery and want to do premier pass, knock your socks off. I don't want to stop anybody. I think it's going to be incredibly difficult for any of us collectively to do multi-pass and get passes for the same rides that overlap in times. I think that's going to be really hard to do. But I would be up for Dina, and I can put this in the group chat as well. Anybody that wants to go ahead and buy a single pass for Tron for our Friday and single pass for Guardians for our Saturday. I thought just logistically, since we're going to meet at Tron at 5 o'clock for a photo, that if you could get a lightning lane for Tron around 5 o'clock, either 15 minutes before, 15 minutes after, you have an hour window to ride the ride. And same thing for Guardians, if you wanted to get a single pass for around 11 a.m., since we're going to meet at that ride at 11 o'clock for group photo, we could take the photo at 5 p.m. and then go get it on Tron. We could take the photo at 11 a.m., go get on Guardians. So I think that would probably make the most sense for anybody that wanted to purchase lightning lanes and for the group of us to try to do something together. But again, if you want to buy lightning lane multi-pass and use for you and your family, whoever's coming with you, by all means, go for it. That's one thing I try to impress upon everybody, and I think we did this pretty good job of it last year. I want to do the same thing this year. Everybody that's coming, I know we are all spending a lot of money to be there. So outside of this is why I don't have like a full day agenda for us to do a bunch of stuff together, because I want you to get the most out of your vacation dollars, right? Jessica, I think about you and Ruby, turn 8 when you guys get there. I want that trip to be magical for you as a family, and that you guys got to do everything you wanted to do with a little bit of stuff with the rest of us, right? Maybe rope dropping something first thing in the morning, watching the nighttime parade, getting a group photo. I want to leave as much time for you to do the things that you guys want to do on your trip. So again, Dina, I'll put that in the group text. That's a good question. Dina says, if she only has party tickets, can they purchase Lightning Lane for Tron? I'll look into that, Dina. And if you can't, maybe we'll find a way around it. We'll figure something out. Okay. Jessica said we might buy Lightning Lane, but I don't know if it's worth it for an early close at Magic Kingdom. Ruby feels more confident knowing there are more than just us to go on the ride she is wary of. Oh, that's cool. So she's very nervous for quite a few of them. I totally get that, Jessica. And we'll do the best we can, the group of us, to make her feel as comfortable as possible. I'm not signing her up for this, but Lori did daycare for 25 years. She is amazing with little kids. for those of you that know Kirsten or Unicourse on TikTok side in particular, but some on YouTube side, her daughter is about the same age as Ruby. She just latched on to Lori, I think a couple years ago when we were there, and they were there at the same time, and as well as last year too. So I could see Lori making Ruby feel very comfortable with any of the things that we do. She's agreed to do quite a few of them. That's awesome. I will say this too. You mentioned you don't know whether it's worth it to buy Lightning Lane for that Friday since it's a party day. It's cheaper because it's a party day. So if that matters at all, I think for the Wednesday that I'm going to be at Magic Kingdom, I want to say the Lightning Lane multi-pass was 37 or 39 per person. And I think on that Friday, it's like 32, maybe. It's not a great deal cheaper, but it's still cheaper. Let's see here. Helen just woke up. She's lying here watching. She says, hi, Helen. Hello. It is so good to see you on here. I'm so happy to see you. Our friend Helen is joining us. She's battling some challenges. I don't want to dive into anything that you guys don't want to share. But Helen, I'm so happy that you're with us. It makes me smile on the inside, even more than on the outside. Dina, I would definitely purchase Tron Lightning Lane for $515 if you're able to. Okay. Cece, never done Guardians. It's my first time riding. I'm nervous. Oh, Cece, I think you're going to love it. If you like roller coasters of any sort, I don't even know how to describe it. It's unlike any roller coaster I've ever done. Yeah, Jessica, we're going to have a good time with Ruby. We'll have a really good time with her. I mean, obviously, we're going to get to meet her Wednesday night for her birthday for cupcakes. I will warn you though, so we're going to meet around 6. By 7:15-ish, I'm hitting the road because I'm heading back to Magic Kingdom to watch that nighttime parade for the first time. So I'll tell you that now so that it comes 7:15, we're hitting the road. It has nothing to do with not wanting to be there with you guys, but I could talk about priorities and that sort of thing. She smiled really big and said thank you on her device. That is wonderful. That is so wonderful. So hello, Helen. I'm glad that you're with us. We are talking about the Park Life Party, which is next week. It feels like we've been talking about it forever, and it probably has been almost a year that we've been talking about it. So it's upon us. For me personally, at this point in time next week, I should be in Kansas City or close to being in Kansas City, spending the night there, and then flying out of KC on Tuesday morning, the 11th, to head down to Disney for a week. Yeah, Cece, I can't wait to see the Darth outfit that Helen inspired for you. I'm excited about that. That is awesome. So Jessica, we will probably be going to the room and then maybe the boardwalk. That's awesome. Jessica said they booked their trip at 282 days out, and here they are at 9 days away. That's amazing. It's insane. I think back to all of the countdown stuff, and it's like once you hit 99 days and you're inside of 3 digits, it's like amazing, because then all of a sudden you're at 60 days. And if you're booking dining, you're doing that. And then all of a sudden it's 30 days. And now here we are inside of 10 days. And like for me, my first park day, I check into my resort a week from tomorrow. So I can actually book Lightning Lanes if I want to. So Dina, I'm going to look into the Lightning Lane question and get you an answer for sure. But we're going to figure something out regardless. And Dina, if I need to figure something out that is outside of you booking, I assume you need 2 Lightning Lanes for Tron on that Friday. Is that correct? Anthony, it is crazy, isn't it? I am so excited. It's amazing. Okay. While we're still on the topic, I talked about doing the Lightning Lane Tron at 5 p.m. on Friday, Guardians at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Okay. Dina, I just want to make sure that you weren't going to be like, hey, hubby, see, I'm going to go ride this ride. I'll be back in 30 minutes. So we talked about that. I just looked on the Weather Channel app, in case any of you are not weather nerds like I am, I've been looking at the weather for seems like months now. Just Weather Channel app. Bay Lake is the town that I have put in my phone because that's basically where Disney World sits. You can look at Orlando, it's close, but weather can be so different 10, 15 miles away. I mean, I've been down there and it's pouring at Animal Kingdom and it's dry as a bone at Magic Kingdom. So it can vary quite a bit. But anyway, high and low temperatures through the stretch. So on Wednesday, November 12th, for Ruby's birthday, high temperature of 77 and a low that night of 55. On Thursday, for our Christmas tree stroll at Disney Springs, a high of 78, a low of 56. For Friday at Magic Kingdom and then Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, a high of 78 and a low of 57. And then on Saturday at Epcot, a high of 79 and a low of 59. It is going to be magnificent, and knock on wood, but there's little chance of rain through that stretch. I'm sure pop-up showers will happen, but nothing significantly organized at this point in time that they're forecasting. So I'm so excited and happy about that. Robbie says just a lot of extra time at the airport due to the shutdown, but hopefully things will be okay next week. Yeah, that's the other thing, Robbie. In our group in the Discord, I think it was in Discord, I posted a link to a website, and I've been tracking this thing every single day because when we fly out, we're flying out of Kansas City. So I've been looking at on this page, on this website, I put in Kansas City's airport code at about the time that we're going to fly out. I've been doing this for 2 weeks now to tell me how many delayed flights were there at about that time up to that point and how many cancellations. And then we fly into Nashville and then fly out of Nashville to Orlando. So I've been looking at Nashville at about the time we'd be flying out of there to see how many delays, how many cancellations. And then the day that we fly home, we fly out of Orlando direct to Kansas City. So I'm looking at Orlando MCO, which Robbie just put in there, for cancellations and for delays. And up till now, I mean, obviously anything can change day over day, but the cancellations, Robbie said few cancellations in Orlando. The majority of the cancellations in Orlando have been going to Jamaica, going into the Bahamas where the hurricane just ravaged. So totally makes sense that those flights are canceled. But everything else up to now, for me anyway, knock on wood, has been limited delays. The delays that are posted at those airports, I also look into the details. I mean, I don't care if a flight is delayed from Nashville to Pittsburgh. I'm not going to Pittsburgh, right? I'm looking at Nashville to Orlando. I'm looking at Kansas City to Nashville, that sort of stuff. Dina says, I'm a little nervous. Our flights are going to be delayed. Our flight is a late flight, so praying it's not canceled Wednesday evening. If you're familiar with air travel whatsoever, the later in the day you travel, the greater the chance of delays are, right? I mean, a 5-minute delay at 9 a.m. can stack, and now you're at a 30-minute delay or 45-minute delay, something like that. So fingers crossed, Dina, that you don't run into anything like that at all. We fly, when we come home, we leave like at 8 a.m, which I hate flying out early after a Disney trip just because I'm so tired. But the upside is we should catch a flight out that day. I looked at trying to do direct flight from Kansas City to Orlando, but the price was like, when I booked our round trip tickets, it was like $160 for each one of us, something like 140, 160. When I looked at changing the flight that goes to Nashville and then to Orlando and changing it to a direct flight, it was going to like more than double the round trip cost. Like, I'm not going to pay $170 to change that flight when it only cost me $160 for a round trip ticket. So we're going to roll the dice and hopefully we have no issues. But again, I monitor that stuff every single day. I've got a sheet at work with the date at each of the airports, what time I'm logging it, how many delays, how many cancellations. And on the backside of that piece of paper, I've been logging high temperature, low temperature forecast off the Weather Channel. So I'm insane like that. I've been checking if there's any changes to park opening times, park closing times, any of that stuff. I'm all over that sort of thing. So totally excited. The temperatures look amazing. Really excited about that. Robbie, I'm picking up a friend on the 14th. Not sure if you know Rafa. I don't know that I do know Rafa, Robbie. If I do, I apologize for not remembering. But maybe. Hey, Brooke, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, so that was temperatures for the week, and upper 70s to close to 80, and mid 50s for lows. Be outstanding. Because right now mid 50s are what we're on good days getting for high temperatures here. So, Brooke, I have never been better. Okay, news came out today. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw some of this stuff, but they shared that for the Christmas party specifically, the Christmas tree truck, the Mickey Mouse Christmas tree truck, is the popcorn bucket at the Christmas party itself. So for those of us that have party tickets that night, if you're interested in those kind of collectibles, it is you can Google it and see the picture of it. It's beautiful. Mickey Mouse and a Christmas tree truck with a Christmas tree in the back, pickup truck thing, kind of thing. And then for outside of the party itself, the Mickey popcorn bucket is Mickey Elf. So I always have a hard time. So that was the one that I got 2 years ago. That's the Mickey Drummer popcorn bucket. This year's normal popcorn bucket in the parks during Christmas time is a Mickey Elf popcorn bucket. I think it's cute as heck. And then the Sipper, that's Sipper. The Sipper is a Magic Mickey toy soldier that looks probably a lot like that guy right there, probably smaller in nature. That is a Sipper. Yeah, a little red truck hauling a Christmas tree. That's the one, Jessica. I'm excited for that. I'll say the same thing about the ones that I know I'm going to get next week when we're there that I said about this guy here. Cute as can be, pain in the rear getting popcorn out of it. Don't buy it because that's what you want it for. I mean, look, I've got my Halloween one right there. There he is. And then the Christmas one right there. And there's a Donald, where's my finger at? There's a Donald Sipper right there. And that's a little mini kitchen sink from the ice cream shop and on Main Street. So I'll add to my collection back there. I've got some drink mugs back there as well. But I will, TikTok can't see. Oh, I'm sorry. Ready? There you go. Ignore the mess on the floor. That's Christmas gifts that I need to wrap. So there's my Drummer popcorn bucket from a couple years ago. There's my Halloween one. There's the little ice cream bucket, and there's a Donald Duck Sipper. And then there's some drink mugs. Thanks for pointing that out, Jessica, that you couldn't see. I always forget that. Are you bringing that bag? So Jessica's, I'll point here. Jessica's talking about that Loungefly bag. Jessica, it hadn't even crossed my mind about it. I know you're going to tell me I should bring it. I don't know that I would actually wear it in the park, though. We'll see. I might bring it, and if I do, I might wear it just for the party. I'm not going to wear it all day in Magic Kingdom, but just for the party. And I will tell you my plan right now, and this is just my plan. You guys can do whatever you want to do, but we're going to be at that Magic Kingdom at 7 a.m. to rope drop at 7:30. And then we are probably going to leave the park, if I had to guess, maybe around 1 o'clock, go back to our resort, maybe lay down for 15, 30 minutes, change clothes into what we want to wear for the party, and then head back to the Magic Kingdom and head back into the park. Probably get back to the Magic Kingdom around 3-ish, if I had to guess. Then we'll be ready to go for the evening. That way, we avoid the 4 p.m. rush of people coming into the park that are there just for the party. If we get back at 3, we should be able to get in without a problem. We can pick up our wristbands inside the Magic Kingdom starting at 4 o'clock at different locations. So I think that's probably what we'll do on Friday. Now, Saturday at Epcot, I'm there from open to close. No doubt about it. So there you go. Okay, so the Mickey Elf popcorn bucket, the Toy Soldier Sipper, and then the Christmas Tree Truck popcorn bucket. The Christmas Tree popcorn bucket is a Magic Kingdom for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. The Mickey Toy Soldier Sipper, it's my understanding you can get that at Hollywood, at Epcot or Magic Kingdom. The Mickey Elf Popcorn Bucket, I think that's only at Epcot. So that Saturday we'll have to be snagging that. What did I see here? Dina says the bag is so cute. Actually won that. I don't remember how. So anyway, 10,000 likes. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. That was awesome. I love it, love it, love it. I think they announced food at the party. I'm not a huge foodie nut, so I didn't write anything down, but I'm sure those of you that are, you probably saw it, and I'm sure there are some amazing food things at the party, and I'm sure I'll sample some of them. That's always my biggest challenge is pacing myself. I mean, we're going to get to the park at 7 a.m., and so resort dining is not going to be open at 6 a.m. I'm sure of that. So I'm going to get to Magic Kingdom probably hungry. Going to have to find something. It's probably going to be that big giant donut from Joffrey's that I'll eat. And then we'll probably have something lunchtime there. And then I'll have to figure something out for going into the evening. Turkey egg rolls with the cranberry mustard dip. Oof. Wow. I am so excited for the Christmas tree stroll. Never done it before. So I'm really excited about it. All right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I have 9 Mickey Very Merry Christmas Party trivia questions. You guys want to play trivia? Raise your hand if you want to play trivia. I got to do the little puzzle piece over here. Boom. BBs, you got here just in time. I'm going to do a quick, I think it's 9 Mickey Very Merry Christmas Party trivia questions. So you can play. Robbie, have a good night. Look forward to seeing you next week. Beef Wellington wreath. That sounds amazing. Amazing. Dina asked if the party night is sold out yet. Okay, I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I'm gonna leave that screen on my laptop and I'm gonna look. So I don't know if you guys can still hear me on the YouTube side. If you can still see me, I have no idea what is going on here. So if I've lost you, I'll be back as soon as I can. Last time I looked, it was not sold out for our date. But let's see. Oh, I don't want to do that. Just click on what you're supposed to click on, damn knucklehead. I'm excited for, I hope they have hot cocoa at a lot of the stations while we're there. I know it'll be in the 60s, but you know, when that sun sets, it's cool. It'll feel kind of nice. November. Woo! Every date in November is sold out now for the Christmas party. There are just a handful of dates in December left. Oh, I hope they have eggnog, Jessica. I really hope they do. I love eggnog. All right, let me go back over here. Okay, so, good night, Helen. I'm sorry I jumped off the screen here. Good night, Helen. I'm so glad you got to join us for a little bit. Get some good rest tonight, and we'll chat with you again soon. Okay, so Dina, I don't know if I was still connected with you guys when I jumped over, but every party date in November is now sold out. There's not a single one left in November. There are a few left in December. Gosh, I'm going to go back again because now I want to see how Jollywood is because I think I told you guys last week, I'm debating on doing Jollywood on Monday, the 17th. So now let's take a look and see. Because that would be, obviously, if it's sold out, that will solve my dilemma for whether I should do Jollywood or not. I'm not torn about the money. Yeah, I don't want to spend it, but I'm already there. What's, another couple $100. But what I'm most torn about is the fact that I have bought a ticket to be in a park all day long. And I'd have to leave a park to get over there. Okay, it's still available on November 17th. So That's still an option. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Helen, that it's, or Dina, that it's completely sold? I saw you say goodnight, Helen. It's completely sold out for all of November dates. I mean, I knew it was just a matter of time before it did sell out. So anyway, all right, let's play. I have two things left. I have my trivia questions, and then I was going to talk about must-dos, what my must-dos are for each of the four parks, and hear what your guys' must-dos are. So let's do trivia first, since I started mentioning that. So this is specifically Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party trivia. 9 questions. Some of them you're going to probably find super easy. That's okay. Some of them you might not know the answer to, and that's okay as well. But it's all for fun. Question, I'm going to try to go easiest to hardest. What is the snowfall called that happens on Main Street during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party? What is the snowfall called on Main Street? Disney Dad Bod, hello. Good to see you. An answer there. I've got 2 answers on the YouTube side. I've got an answer. Oh, that's Disney Dad Bod. Just a different spelling of the answer. The answer is Snope. You are correct. It's a combination of snow and soap. Probably don't want to eat it, but yes, it is called Snope. Told you, easiest question is coming first. Okay, I've already said this talking earlier, so hopefully you guys know. What time, if you have a ticket for the party, only for the party, what time can you get into Magic Kingdom? Where's Blake at tonight? He didn't join. Disney Dad Bod with an answer? Dina with an answer? Lamon's with an answer? I think you guys are the only ones playing. Yes, 4 p.m. is the correct answer. That's when you can get in. What time does the party start? Questions will get harder, I promise. Hello, Jessica. Yes, Lamon's, Dina, Disney Dad Bod, Jessica when we arrive. 7 p.m. is when the party officially starts. That's important to note because, like Santa Stitch, for instance, you can get in line before that, but you're not going to see him before 7 o'clock. Okay. What is the name of the stage show that happens during the holiday season and during the party? Getting harder. Can you guys hear my Christmas music? Jessica does submit an answer to the question of what is the name of the stage show. This is the Anna and Elsa show. It's called Frozen Holiday Surprise. Okay. During the party, there are 5 different attractions in the Magic Kingdom. When I say attractions, it could be a ride, it could be a show. That do some special overlay, whether it's music, lighting, theming, something like that. 5 different ones. Can you name them? Jessica hits 1. That's one of the 5. I won't say it until others chime in. Disney Dad Bod hits 2. Lawans, you hit 1. Dina hits 3. Okay. So out of fairness, because the YouTube people could see what Dina's answers were. So Dina, and she hit 2 of the ones that have been set over here. Space Mountain Jingle Cruise, and Speedway. Jessica, no, Winnie the Pooh does not do a holiday overlay. Speedway, so Tomorrowland Speedway to me is one of those rides that should really be replaced. I mean, it's an original, but that is a ride you absolutely have to do that night. The Christmas theming is amazing there. So there are two left, and I'm going to tell you one of them is a ride, one of them is a show. I already forgot what the theming up front. It's in the ride. Yeah, they have all the gifts wrapped. There's lighting. It's beautiful. And a lot of it you'll be able to see as you drive on the ride. Now, if you walk up by Tron, you can see it there too. Okay, there's a ride left and a show. Yeah, Dina, that Speedway is beautiful. I love it. Oh yeah, they do have that, Jessica. Yes, yes, Dina. The show is Laugh Floor. They have a holiday themed spiel with the jokes. I love that show so much because it's different every single time. I love that so much for that reason because of the uniqueness that the jokes are different because the guests sent them in and based on the guest interaction, the characters' lines are different. So I love that. Okay, there's one left. There's a ride that has a holiday overlay to it. It's in Fantasyland, if that helps. Thinking hard, I can tell. Don't let your head spin too much. Not Small World of Mons. Disneyland has an amazing Christmas overlay for Small World. Yes, Dina. I was hoping my don't let your head spin too much would tip it off. Teacups, they do special lighting for it. Yes, Disney Dad Bod just said teacups as well. All right, that was a good one. That was fun. Okay. What is the name of the parade at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party? Name of the parade. No guesses yet? I'll give you about 10 more seconds. The name of the parade at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. All right, the name of the parade is Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade. Yep. Once Upon a Time. Yep. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade. Okay, then what is the name of the fireworks show? Because it's not Happily Ever After. Yep, reminds it was Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade. Fireworks is called, I'll give you 10 more seconds. Yeah, Disney Dad Bod. It's one of those things once you hear it, you're like, oh yeah, I knew that's what it was. Yes, Le Mans got it. Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time Fireworks. So there you go. Okay, I got two questions left. First one, they have complimentary cookies throughout the party. How many complimentary cookies do each guest get? Jessica says 1 per stand. Disney Dad Bod says 9. Lamont says 4. I think there are 5 different flavors, Jessica. You're correct. I think that is right. I wrote them down the other night. A couple of them are like pretzel, something or other. Dina with the answer. Trick question, says Disney Dad Bot. As many as you want? Yes. Dina said as many times as you go through the line. One each time. Yes. It's unlimited. One per time through the line, but you can get as many as you want throughout the night. That is correct. All right. Our last Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party trivia question. What year did Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party debut? No cheating. Don't look it up. Just guess. I can promise you, I don't think I would have come anywhere close in guessing this answer. Jessica says red velvet, sugar, gingerbread, pretzel, and chocolate chip. Yeah, those sound right. Disney Dad Bod says 1989. Dina says 5 question marks. Lamont says question mark. You can throw a guess out there. No harm, no foul. Jessica, what do you think? She says it was in the 80s. Lamont says 2000. Remember, Steve saying it was very little. 1982 is Jessica's guess. 1990 says Dina, or 83 said Jessica. It was 1983 was the debut of Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. If you do math, that would tell you 83, 93, 03, 13, 23. That'd be 42 years old. However, they did not do Mickey's Very Merry in 2020 and 21 because of the pandemic. So, been a long time though. Pretty crazy. It's been that long. Excellent stuff. Okay. For those of us that are going to be there, this isn't necessarily rope drop, but what at Magic Kingdom, what is your number one must do? It could be a ride or a show. Number one must do. And it can't be go to Starbucks and get a drink or get a donut at Joffrey's. Those don't count. Ride or show, what is your number one must do at Magic Kingdom? Disney Dad Bod says Haunted Mansion. That is a very good one. That is on my list for sure of must do's. I like that one. Jessica, I have to assume Haunted Mansion is your number one must do. Tied. Haunted Mansion. Tiana's. Oh, there you go. People Mover, Disneyac. It's a good one. Jessica, Tiana's. I will love to do Tiana's with you guys. I want to do it as close to the time I'm leaving the park to go back to my resort because I don't want to walk around soaking wet all day long. If you want to get soaked, front row, no questions asked. If you're not too excited about getting soaked, sit in the back. Anytime, Dina, Magic Kingdom. Doesn't have to be just for the party. Anytime. Yeah. So last year for the Park Life or for Dreamstream, I did Tiana's, and I sat in the front. I don't remember who I sat in the front. Oh, I sat in the front with John, I think, Missy and John, and totally soaked. And I was thankful that it was time for us to go back to the resort and get out of my wet clothes. Horrible. Dina, her number one is Tron. I love it, Dina, and we're gonna ride that thing. I'm gonna figure out a way to get lightning lanes for us. I got one of them. I already, if you can't buy them, I already have one solved for. Lori won't ride. Well, she might ride Tron. I better talk to her first. I was thinking I had that worked out. We'll figure it out. Your dad used to sit in the front and then duck down, so we all got soaked in the back. Some of that soakedness, and I know what you're talking about because I would be that kind of guy doing that too. But some of that soakedness isn't just coming here that it would miss me. I mean, it's just like up and over and in your lap, like somebody dumps a bucket of water on you. Okay, one must do at Animal Kingdom. Whether you're going to go to Animal Kingdom this trip or not, doesn't matter. You're walking into Animal Kingdom was one must do. for you at Animal Kingdom. Only one. Back to Magic Kingdom for me, I think this time of year, Jingle Cruise is my absolute number one must do. Outside of that's probably Haunted Mansion. Jessica, Safari, never won. She said Safari, River, Navi River, Flight of Passage, and Cali. Flight of Passage says Le Mans. Flight of Passage says Dina. For me, it's a tie between Flight of Passage and Safari. Absolutely. And you're right, Jessica, especially because there's not a lot to do at Animal Kingdom right now with most of Dinoland closed down for the Central Americas project. But Flight of Passage is a must-do for me. Safari is a must-do for me. Dinosaur will be a must-do for me this time because it'll be the last time I get to ride Dinosaur before it's gone. And then we always have to see the Lion King show and Nemo. Those are both beautiful shows. All right, let's go to Epcot. What is your one must-do? Walking into Epcot next Saturday, a week from this Saturday on the 15th. What is your one must-do? Disney Dad Bod says Soarin'. Jessica says Remy. Lamont says Guardians. Jessica also says Soarin'. So Jessica, question on Remy. I think you know this. It's no longer 3D. It will be two-dimensional. Do you care? Or does it really matter to you? Disney X says Figment. Soarin' says Dina. It's a tough one. Guardians is probably the best ride at all of Walt Disney World, but I don't know that I would pick that as my one must-do. Boy, oh boy. For this trip, I'm probably going to regret the answer after we do it, but this trip, I think it's Test Track because I haven't done it yet since they redid it all. I want to see it and experience it. Disney Dadbot says he has not seen anyone ride it as 2D yet. I'm interested to see. I think I talked about this last week. I don't mind the 3D rides, but as you can tell, I wear glasses and I wear them all the time. So I'm having to put the 3D glasses right in front of my regular glasses. And it's not horrible, but it's just a little inconvenient. So I don't mind that it's going to be 2D instead of 3D. I'm okay with that. But so I think I'm going to say Test Track because it'll be a brand new version of it. Now I might get off of that and go, ugh. I've seen a lot of reviews, but we'll see. Otherwise, I'd probably say Soarin' if I had to pick. And last but not least, Hollywood Studios. What is your one must-do? Walking in there next week or the next time you're going to Disney, what is your one must-do at Hollywood Studios? Tower of Terror says Jessica. Runaway Railway says Jessica. She's got that pick one down, doesn't she? You have my playbook, don't you, Jessica? Dina says Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway. Rock and Roller Coaster says Le Mans. Disney X says Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I tied one too. Normally, I would tell you Rise of the Resistance would be my number one must-do. But solely because this will be the last time I get to ride Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith, that's my must-do for this trip. I got to do it one last time. A lot of fond memories riding that with my kids when they were younger growing up and how excited they got for that roller coaster ride and all of that sort of thing. So that would be my one must-do. Although, just like Jessica, and I struggle to do this too, Rise would also be it's my 1A and 1B. The Villain Show, which is amazing. I can't wait to see it again. That's like 1C. I want to see the new version of the Little Mermaid show. That's 1D. Runaway Railway is a wonderful ride. I love Toy Story Mania. I think that's a lot of fun. Tower of Terror is awesome. Although Tower of Terror, I end up riding by myself because Lori won't ride that ride ever. So if the line is short, I'll do Tower of Terror because I don't want her to have to sit around and wait too terribly long. But if it's a long line, then I end up skipping the ride. That's okay. Let's wrap this up, guys. First off, I'm so excited to meet some of you that I've never gotten to meet yet. And those of you that I have met before, I'm excited to see you again. I'm really excited to do the Christmas tree stroll for the very first time and experience that. It'll be a fun, casual evening for all of us to meet and visit with one another. I'm excited to celebrate Ruby's birthday the night before at All Star Movies. I'm looking forward to the Christmas party with everybody. I'm looking forward to the popcorn buckets. I'm totally excited. It struck me this afternoon that tonight, this is our last live until the event, because next week I'm going to be either still having dinner with my son in Lawrence, where he's going to school, or I'll be driving over to Kansas City, or I'll be at Kansas City checking into my hotel for the night. And then the next week, Monday the 17th, I'll still be at Disney on the trip. So we will not be doing live the next 2 weeks, which means our next get together here on Monday night is going to be the week of Thanksgiving. How crazy is that? I can't even fathom that the next time we get together doing this will be November 24th, the week of Thanksgiving. Unbelievable. Jessica, I appreciate that. Obviously, for those of you that are in the group text, I'm sure we'll be chatting here and there. I'll send out the information about Beacon Barrel. Again, for anybody that's interested in that, we'll figure out what we're going to rope drop at Magic Kingdom on Friday, the 14th. And yeah, so I plan on doing some lives while we're at the parks here and there. I'm not going to go live all day long because it's my vacation. It's Lori's vacation. But I typically stream the parades when we're at Magic Kingdom, the day and the nighttime parades. I'll do those. Typically, I'll do the fireworks. I'll do Fantasmic. I'll probably do Luminous that night when we're all together. I'll stream at least one of the 2 Christmas party parades. So for those of you that aren't going to be with us, I'll be live only on TikTok. I should comment that only on TikTok I will be streaming there. I will not stream on the YouTube channel. I can't, for some reason, I can't connect to my phone. I can only connect to my laptop. So anyway, it'll be on my TikTok. I'll put stuff out on Discord as I kind of land on that, but you can count on the daytime parades, the nighttime parades, the fireworks, those sorts of things I'll stream. I haven't decided about the Christmas tree stroll, if I'll stream that or not. So we'll see. But I will be live at various times next week while I'm down there. As always, I thank you so much for spending some of your evening with me. I always appreciate the time and the interaction and have a good time with you guys. Jessica, you really made me laugh earlier. It was wonderful to see Helen in watching us tonight. She's going through quite a bit right now, health-wise. So that touched me that she was able to join us for a little bit. So anyway, with that, we will wrap up for tonight. Again, thank you so much. For those of you that I'm going to see next week, we'll be chatting and text, I'm sure, but face-to-face, so to speak. This will be my opportunity to wish you safe travels. Hopefully, knock on wood, no issues through airports for all of you. You make it safely to your resort, wherever you may be staying. For some of us, we'll get to see all of you next Wednesday for Ruby's birthday party. For the rest, we'll see Thursday for the Christmas tree stroll or Friday at Magic Kingdom. So thanks again, guys. Have a great night. We will talk again soon. We'll see y'all. Goodbye, guys.